Hey everybody, welcome back to Awakened Intuition. My name is Steve and I'm here this morning again bright and early. I've been waking up early lately and I just got a message for you guys. As I told you, I'm back on the updates, but I got something to tell you, and that is the main message for today. And that is the message of forgiveness, or forgive, right? You see, a lot of us want to go on with our lives and do great things, but the problem is we hold on to a lot of acceptable resentment, to say it just for what it is. It's not good. And this resentment comes in two ways. It's either of yourself or of others. And yeah, my dog is smiling back here. It's kind of hard to do a serious message when she's so cute, right? But really, though, there's two types of resentment that I'm going to talk about today that we have to forgive. And that's against other people and against ourselves. And honestly, I'd say they're both equally hard depending on the person. But for me, it's self-forgiveness that's more difficult, because when it comes to other people, we'll start there. Other people are going through life kind of most likely unaware of what they're doing. Everybody has an idea in their mind that they are a victim or a judge. If you haven't read the Four Agreements, you should. It's a great book, and it talks about this concept that inside of our society, people are ingrained with the idea that they are either a judge and judging someone, or they're their own judge, and what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, and they live by that word, or they're a victim, and if they're wrong or victimized, they feel the absolute need to prove that they are correct and that their worldview is correct. This comes in the form of resentment and attachment, okay? Yesterday's video, I was talking a lot about letting go and not associating with these things. And that's why I'm talking about forgiveness today. So when somebody is mean to you or harsh to you, it might be horrible and it might hurt your feelings, and that's a valid thing to happen. You're a human being, you can have these feelings. That's not a problem. It's when we latch onto the feelings that we hold on to them. And it's not just disassociating with them that helps get rid of them, but also that's like what forgiveness is. When you forgive somebody, you let it go. You just say, you know what, that's it. It's over. It doesn't matter. They could have done the most horrible thing to you, but you have to be the bigger person and forgive them, because otherwise it's taking up mental space in your life. And this could be anything. It could be as back when you were a kid and someone said something rude to you in your family. It could be when someone on the street said something to you, or somebody did something in your friend group, or someone broke your heart. It doesn't matter what it is, right? I mean, I've gone through all of these things personally, and you just have to forgive them. People will break your heart. You might break hearts. You might make mistakes. People will make mistakes. But at the end of the day, you've got to forgive those people, because if you don't forgive them, first of all, you're letting that situation take up way more mental space in your life than it probably is in theirs. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably your baggage compared to somebody else, and that's not good to hold on to, because you've made it your own issue now, and you've got to forgive them. Forgiving is also just a healthy way to go through life, because it's a way to practice gratitude and teach you that even when things don't go the way you expected them to, you're still able to grow from the situation and learn from it, as opposed to having a rigid mindset of just saying, nope, I'm the right one, me, I. That is the self-centered ego coming out, that we feel we have to be right and that we're separate. We judge and we victimize ourselves and everyone else. No question, that is what Western civilization does. That's just what we do, because that's what we've been raised to do. That's what people do. You know, like, I was at the diner the other day, and someone climbed through the railings, and someone I was with was like, that's so weird. Why did he do that? And I was like, who cares? You know, let him do what he wants. He's not harming anybody. Why are you judging, right? You know, that doesn't really sound like an issue with forgiveness. But again, when you judge other people, it's most likely that you judge yourself, which is the second point I want to get into. When you judge yourself, you hold an impossible standard for yourself to live up to, and you constantly repay yourself for the issues that you went through one time. Like, how many times do we have to process the same mistake before we truly learn the lesson? Sometimes it's hundreds, sometimes it's thousands, sometimes it never happens, you know? So, like, give you an example like this. Let's say you get angry, okay, and you said something mean to someone that you love. I'm sure we've all been there. How many times do you play that situation over in your head, over and over and over again, and tell yourself you're the victim, and you judge yourself and say that you were wrong? And in the moment you felt justified, which is why you did it, because you didn't want to be wrong. You were a victim and you lashed out in anger. But afterwards, you judged yourself for what you did, and you played the victim on yourself. So not only are you victimizing and judging within a relationship with other people, but we do it within ourselves. And this is what happens in the Four Agreements. It's the first chapter and the second chapter. Really, the whole book talks about it, but the main opening of the book talks about victimizing and judging, and the way that we have to get over this through forgiveness and other ways, right? So when we judge ourselves unfairly, we are truly our own worst critic. I know this as a musician, for sure. Somebody who, growing up, even as a child, she wants to watch. Growing up as a child, like, I would be so critical of my mistakes and so judgmental of others and my mistakes that music was just not fun. Like, I'll give you an example. I remember being as early in fifth grade, maybe even younger, fourth grade, going to a concert to play for our school. I played the cello at that point, I still do. And I'd make maybe two or three mistakes in the concert. And my parents would be like, come on, let's go out, that was great. Like, what a great time. And I would be like, nope, it sucked, it was horrible. I made two mistakes, it was worse. I ruined the concert, I hate my life, it was horrible. At that age, nobody pays for mistakes more than you pay for them yourselves. The standard that you put on yourself is typically unfair. And that's because we don't forgive ourselves. We keep repeating the same punishment in our mind over and over again and reliving this toxic stuff. But when you forgive yourself, you actually learn to let it go. You forgive yourself. It's okay. Like, the past is the past. You can't change it. To give you an analogy of why you can't change the past, although I think you already know, to make it more painfully obvious for you is, sure, maybe you said something mean to someone. Maybe you didn't act the way you wanted to 5 years ago. Maybe last night you got into a fight with your wife or whatever. I don't know. And this is not good and you're upset. No matter what you do, no matter what you do, you can't change it. You have to understand that. We're going to replay this issue in our mind over and over again, but no matter what you do, you can't change it. So why bother? Why bother? Why even try? The only thing you can do right now is work with what you've got and learn from your experience. But most people don't go through life that way. We play the issue over and over and over and over and over again, and look where we are, So that's the concept. Sorry, my hair's itchy. That's the concept. You got to forgive yourself. And if you don't do this, it's going to be one, terrible for you because you're going to go through life and feel miserable because you're never going to meet this standard that you want to meet that's impossible to meet anyway. And two, the even bigger reason for people that are doing like awakening type stuff or Reiki energy or any sort of thing like that, or people that want to do like the law of attraction and manifest their best lives or get up and get out there and kick ass basically, the people that want to do that stuff, when you don't forgive yourself and forgive others, you're wasting your energy. All right? That's the last topic I want to touch on today. If you don't forgive yourself and others, you're wasting energy. Everybody has a significant amount of energy, but we have a certain amount of energy. So we have a lot, but we only have a certain amount. It's not unlimited, okay? And we go through life, and this is why most of us wake up so tired and groggy, and we're not motivated, and we don't want to do things, or we have a hard time doing it because we're not forgiving ourselves. I mean, think about how much energy it takes to go through life and continue to be angry at someone, or continue to be angry at yourself, or feel guilt or shame, or feel guilt or shame because what someone else did to you, right? It is exhausting to go through life that way. And I've done it, so I can tell you firsthand, it's exhausting. And if this resonates with you, you know what I'm talking about. So the key principle is to forgive others and forgive yourself unconditionally. Realize that what's done is done, and you can't change it. If you can't change the argument you had with your spouse last night, or your family member, or what someone said to you randomly, any example you could think of, what makes you think you could change anything that happened in the past? Like, I can't change what I did this morning. I can't change what I did 5 minutes ago. I woke up and I got a coffee. I can't change that, even if I wanted to. And that's 5 minutes ago. Some of us replay these issues from a long, long time ago, and we don't forgive ourselves. We replay them over and over and over and over and over again. And this is where the issue comes in. It's like a feedback loop, and it just feeds negativity. And the irony is, the more you do this, the more you act in anger and judgment and all these other things, you separate yourself from the world even more than you already are, or we are. You continue to do this anger and this negativity and this stuff that blocks you from getting your goals and what you want out of life, so you live a nasty, pessimistic view. And then the last thing it does is it takes away your energy, your limited amount of energy. I don't want to drag this on too long because I just don't. I mean, it's a quick update I wanted to give you and what I was thinking, but the main moral of the story is forgive yourself and you will benefit yourself and the world around you. Don't hold on to resentment and anger because it's not going to get you anywhere. It's only going to hold you back to the past or hold you back to things that once were, but it's time to let it go and forgive ourselves and move on and accomplish what we truly want in life. I mean, look at my dog. She's letting go. She's hanging out. She's cleaning herself and having no problems. No. All right. Actually, it's early in the morning, but I'm about to start doing my day job, so I figured I'd get up early and finish this video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I'm back. It's great to see everybody. I was engaging with some people in the comments. Good to see y'all. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. If not, I'm definitely going to see you more in the week. So have a great day. Stay good and enjoy yourselves.